Welcome to the Golden State Media Concepts Beauty Tips Podcast, the show that gives you advice on everything from hair to fashion to skincare products. We'll talk about the latest trends in makeup, hairstyles, and anti-aging remedies. And we'll cover all of the newest fashion trends. If you have an interest in or questions about the beauty and fashion trends that might work best for you, the Golden State Media Concepts Beauty Tips Podcast has got you covered.
GSMC Beauty Tips Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Colleen, and let's just get into some beauty stuff. So I've been thinking about doing this specific podcast for a week or so now because I came into some new beauty products. And I wanted to talk about those new beauty products, but also talk about the difference between buying a full-size product and a mini or deluxe sample size product. So I bought purely deluxe samples and mini products. They came in different kits, and I'll explain those in a little bit. They are all from the same brand, but that doesn't really matter. I just want to tell you kind of about how they perform as a product itself, and also why I buy smaller sizes, and also if it's just as good in the smaller size as it is in a bigger size, that kind of thing. So let's start off with what I acquired. So I got two different sets. So they were filled with multiple different products, and I'll explain each product in each set in a minute. But I bought two different sets from Milk Makeup. As I've talked before on this podcast, I've talked a lot about this brand specifically because they are really good for your skin, and I haven't had any issues with any of the products on my personal sensitive skin as well on client sensitive skin. So I thought I'd start out with them because also they offer one of the widest ranges of sample size and mini size products versus other brands. Now, I'm not talking about this brand as a whole, I'm talking about mini sizes here. So I bought two different sets, and the first one that I bought was a set that I saw had dropped that day, and it was super cheap, and it was full of like mini things, and I was like, I need this on board. And this was the deluxe intro set. Now this was about $9, and this included the deluxe vegan milk moisturizer sample, the deluxe hydro grip primer sample, the deluxe Kush mascara sample, and the deluxe lip and cheek in work sample. So, mostly skincare. You've got your moisturizer, which was the big reason I wanted to get this set, was because I really wanted to try the moisturizer. But you got the deluxe mini sample with the of the moisturizer, the primer, and then the mascara. The mascara is in black, and the only one that actually has a color is the deluxe lip and cheek in the color work sample. Now, I'll get into the differences between these two sets, but let's talk about the second set that I got. Now, the second set that I got was the MVPs set. Now, this was $39, and this came with the mini watermelon brightening serum, the mini cooling water, the glow oil lip and cheek in the color glimmer, the mini highlighter in the color blitzed, B-L-I-T-Z-E-D. I'm still getting over being sick. I'm feeling a lot better this podcast, but excuse my pronunciations. I still got a little bit of a stuffiness going on. But the mini highlighter in blitzed, the mini bronzer in the color baked, mini hydro grip primer, and the deluxe mini Kush mascara. Now, the differences between the deluxe and the mini is you can just go on their website and buy the mini versions of a lot of their products, but the deluxe samples are actually a little bit smaller than the mini samples themselves. So this one came with a lot more and was a little bit more expensive because it's not so much sample sizes as they are just their mini sizes. Now, from what I checked online, you can buy the mini watermelon brightening serums separately, along with the mini cooling water, the mini highlighter, and the mini bronzer. I think when this set first dropped, you couldn't get the bronzer in a mini size, but now you can buy it individually in a mini size. But I tend to buy mini sizes because I want to try the product out without spending so much money on the full size and maybe not liking it. Now, the one thing about me not liking a specific product for myself, if I buy it, I can always just throw that in my kit and possibly use it on somebody else later on. But for the average consumer, you're just going to have this product that you spent too much money on that you don't like. And it's kind of a good way to try out products and decide whether you like it or not. And actually, sometimes I prefer the products in the smaller size, and I'll get into that a little bit later on in this podcast. But sometimes the mini sizes are just a little better because of the size. Now, a lot of these are sticks. So the watermelon brightening serum, the cooling water, the glow oil, the highlighter, the bronzer, and the lip and cheek are all in stick form. And the sticks are pretty small. I've got all of them in front of me so I can kind of look and see. And you get it's probably about 2 inches to 3 inches tall. Whereas the bigger sizes are really big and pretty chunky. And so sometimes these smaller sizes can actually fit in areas better than the bigger, chunkier sizes when it comes to these products. Now, I am going to go over a lot of each individual product and how I feel about that. That's why I've had these products for a little while and I wanted to test them all out before I actually sat down and talked to you guys about them. I didn't want to just get it and then review it first impressions, because that's great to, see a first impression about things, but you kind of want a more in-depth review of something. Of each individual product if you're looking to buy it. Now, makeup is not cheap. That's just something that we need to just get out there. Makeup is not cheap if you're looking for something that's a little bit of a higher end brand, or just majority of makeup nowadays. Even makeup in a lot of drugstores are not that cheap. I mean, they're a lot cheaper than some of these products that I'll talk about today, like the full sizes, but they're still not cheap. And this is why I like to go for mini sizes, or even just sets in general. I love to buy sets when it comes to makeup because you usually get a little bit more bang for your buck, and you get to try out different colors of products and also just different products in general. And I really like these sets that Milk Makeup does specifically because they include a lot of different products in their individual sets. And when I saw that this deluxe intro set that was only $9, and it also, if you buy it, you get a $5 off coupon for your next purchase, which is really cool. So if you like something a lot, you can use that if you decide to go back and buy the full size or a mini size of that. But when I saw this, I was like, ooh, I need to get it, and I really want to talk about it, because this is something great if you're really just trying to figure out if maybe this is for you or maybe this isn't for you, and it gives you a chance to really kind of try things. Now, if you go to Sephora or even Ulta, you can get, Sephora more than Ulta, you can get sample sizes of things, but sometimes you can't get sample sizes of everything, and that can be an issue when you're trying to, just try out products, see what you like and see what you don't. The main thing that you should do, though, is if you're trying out a foundation, you should get a sample size, because then you can kind of take it, use the sample size, and then decide whether or not that's really for you. Now, I'm going to delve into each individual set and each individual product But I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we'll do that.
The GSMC Life and Happiness podcast takes you on a journey of exploration. We'll discuss tried and true methods alongside the latest trends of how to best live your life to its fullest and happiest. From psychology to meditation, science to self-help books, the GSMC Life and Happiness podcast will help you to discover what makes you happy and how you can live life being the best you possible. Download the GSMC Life and Happiness podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
The GSMC Beauty Tips podcast. Now, before the break, we were talking about 2 sets that I have acquired of makeup in deluxe sample sizes and mini sizes. And if I think it's worth it, I've done some testing and I wanted to talk about each individual product. Now let's start out with the deluxe intro set. Now this set, like I had said in the beginning, is full of deluxe sample sizes, and I'll explain the sizes of each of these as I go along. And I've got the products in front of me so I can, read things off the bottles and stuff. And I did want to make it a point that I did purchase these products. These are not products. I'm not an influencer to a point where people will send me full sets of makeup. I mean, come on. I'm just a professional makeup artist. I'm not a fancy influencer, and I did purchase these products myself. Actually, my husband purchased these products for me as a kind of belated Christmas gift, which was really, really nice. So let's start with the Deluxe Vegan Milk Moisturizer sample. Now, this is the reason I wanted this, is they just came out with this vegan milk moisturizer, and I've said this a million times on this podcast, and I will continue to say it. I have super, super, super dry skin. I've got like Sahara Desert dry skin, and they came out with this moisturizer and I was like, I have to try this. Now, the sample is a lot smaller than I thought it would be. It's in a little tiny yellow jar. I'll take pictures of all the products and I'll put them on the @GSMC_beauty tips Twitter page, as well as the GSMC Beauty Tips Facebook page, so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's a small little sample size, probably as the size of a quarter, but maybe about an inch thick, and it's bright yellow, and it contains... Actually, I have no idea. So I've been looking at this entire little pot. I actually have 2 of them because they were doing this extra thing where you get another deluxe sample if you spend this much money, and you get a sample which is in like a little foil thing. Here, this is the sound it makes for the first sample. But the pot sample, I actually can't find the amount that you get on it, but it's not a lot. And I've been trying this out for about a week, and I like it, but I'm still not 100% sure about it. I need to keep trying it. There's only a little bit in this, but since I actually got 3 different samples of this because of their promotion, I'm going to keep trying it, and hopefully I like it enough that I'll feel like I can spend the full money on the full size. Now, their full size goes for about $38, and their mini size, which is bigger than this, goes for about $19. Now, I would probably still buy the mini size because that's $19 versus $38 that I'm going to spend. Depending on how much I feel like I use it, and if I'm using it every day, then maybe I will spend the $38 on the full size. but I think I would go for the mini size first. I buy a lot of Milk Makeup mini size products because they do have a lot of product in them, but are also a lot cheaper. Now let's move on to the deluxe sample of the Hydro Grip Primer. Now I buy the mini size of the Hydro Grip Primer, and I love this primer. It's my go-to, my everything. I love it so much. It's got a little bit of a learning curve to it when you use it because when you put it on, it feels nice and smooth and really like wet and hydrating, but then it starts to get tacky. And you can't put makeup on right as it gets tacky. When it starts to get tacky, you need to wait about a minute or two and let that sink in. Then you won't feel that tackiness anymore, and then you can apply on top of it. If you apply foundation on top of the tackiness that's there, it'll start to ball up. Just to putting that out there because there is a bit of a learning curve with this if you're trying it. Now, the deluxe sample comes with 4 mils or 0.13 fluid ounces, which is still a little decent size mini. It's a lot bigger than the other minis that I'm seeing or that I have here. And I love this primer, and I knew it, and when I saw it came in this, I just got excited because I was actually like at the tail end of my mini size one, which actually they gave another mini size one, and I'll explain a little bit more about that one when I get to the next set. But I love this, and this is a good little sample size. This is a good size if you really want to try it out. You will get a couple good uses out of this. I started by using this size instead of going straight for the mini size, because like I said, I have run out of my, my already purchased mini size, and, I've already used this about 3 or 4 times, and I still have a lot left. So this is a really good size if you're really wanting, to try it out. I love this stuff. They say it works for dry and oily skin. I have not tried it on somebody with oily skin personally, but like I said, I have super dry skin and it works really well for me, and it leaves this beautiful, beautiful sheen to the skin that's just, it's like a glowing within, and I stand by this product 100%. It's one of my favorites, and I'll get a little bit more into the product itself when I get to the next set. So let's move on to the deluxe sample size of the Kush mascara. Now this was a lot smaller than I expected it to be because once again I buy the mini size of the Kush mascara, and this is the deluxe sample size, and it comes with 3 mils or 0.10 fluid ounces. And it's in a different packaging, just a regular gray packaging with a little bit of sparkle to it, but it's got the same brush. It looks like it would be too small for the same brush, but it's not. Now, I'm not going to use this because I know that I love it, and I'm going to give it to my mother because she hasn't tried it yet. Now, I think this is a perfect, good little sample size if you're going to try something out. The mini size is a lot bigger, and once again, I'll explain that when I get into the next set. But the sample size, or the mini size, is a lot bigger than this sample size. And I actually already have a mini size that I'm still going through of this one and of the waterproof one as well, which I love both of them. And I'll once again explain a little bit more. Now let's go into the last product in this set. Now, this I was a little bit surprised about. This is the Deluxe Lip and Cheek in the color Work, and this is the deluxe sample size. And this comes with 0.1 ounces of product, and this is so small. So their mini sizes are already pretty small when it comes to these six sticks, but this one is really small. Now, you get a decent amount of product in here, but it's a lot smaller than I thought, and I really thought I was going to be getting a mini size of this, but that's okay. I'll explain how much I like this when I get into some of the other products I got, because I like to kind of compare and contrast, but I was surprised that this was so small, but it's kind of nice that this comes in here. Now, the color I noticed comes off a little bit different than it looks. So definitely swatch it and decide whether it's going to work best for you. I think this would look good on multiple skin tones, but it is a little lighter than I would like it to be in tone. But with that, I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we'll talk a little bit more about this stick in particular and also about the MVP set.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Back to the GSMC Beauty Tips podcast. Now, before the break, we were talking about deluxe size samples and mini samples from two different sets that I bought, and we're going to continue on with that. We're moving from the deluxe intro set, which I just talked about, and onto the MVP set. Now, this has a lot more products than the deluxe set, and like I said, the deluxe sample sizes were a lot smaller, and you'll understand as I start to talk more about the mini sizes. So let's start off with the more skincare related ones. So I want to start with the mini watermelon brightening serum. This does not smell like watermelon. I didn't expect it to. They're pretty good with not adding scents into their products because scents can make your, can react weird with your skin. And if you've got sensitive skin, I would just stay away from scented products in general. That goes with all of these products. They have no scent. Now, the mini brightening serum, the mini watermelon brightening serum, it's a little, clear stick like most of their sticks, but this is their mini size, and this comes with 0.19 ounces or 5.4 grams of product. And if you buy this separately, like not in a set, but if you're buying this separately, this is about $18. Now, if you buy the full size, that's about $36, and that comes with 1.2 ounces of product and 34 grams of product. So you can see the difference there is pretty drastic. Now, this size, like I said, is a lot bigger than the other mini size for the deluxe, or I guess not mini size, but the deluxe sample of the lip and cheek, which usually comes about the same size if you buy it in a mini size. But this is a lot smaller and a lot less product. So let's talk about the brightening serum itself. So this is supposed to brighten your skin. It's supposed to be good for dry skin. So I was like, I'm on board. Let's try this. I've been using this pretty much every day since I got it because I really wanted to try it out and test it out. And I swipe it all over my face and then pat it in. And it's got a weird texture to it. Now, it feels nice and glidey when you put it on, and then it starts to get a little sticky, not like the Hydro Grip Primer, though. The Hydro Grip Primer gets really sticky before you let it sink in. Now, this one doesn't get super sticky, but I put it on and I left it, and I'm not sure if it's helping or not. I've been noticing that I have some little red bumps on my skin, but I do think that has to do with the fact that I've been sick for a few days. So, and I don't think it has to do with this product, but I'm going to continue to try it to see if this is the product that's doing it to me, because I know the Hydro Grip Primer doesn't do that to me. Now, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure if it's giving me some extra moisture or whatnot. It does give me a little bit of a glow, which I really enjoy. Love a glow. I love a glow in any sense. I just want to look like I've dunked my face in a bowl of water all the time. But it gives me a little bit of glow and it's nice. Now, I've done this under the moisturizer, which is what you should be doing. But I've also done it on top of the moisturizer just to kind of see, and I definitely wouldn't do that. It works okay on top of the moisturizer, but I noticed that sometimes it moves things around a little bit. So definitely do this before you apply moisturizer. Now this comes with a decent amount of product. When I rolled it up, I've got a lot of product that I'm going to be able to use. It's got a little bit of a cooling effect, but not a lot. Not something that I would be like, oh, this is definitely a cooling effect. But, I bet you could put this in the fridge for a few minutes and it would be really nice to put on your skin in the morning. Now, like I said, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this specific product, but I'm going to keep using it and I will update you guys, like in a month or so and let you guys know how I'm really feeling about this specific product. Now, let's move on to another skincare product that's in this, and that is the mini cooling water. Now, this is like a cooling water for under your eyes. This is a nice cooling serum for under your eyes. Now, this is going to help depuff under your eyes. We've talked about this in a few of the podcasts that I've done, especially the What's Aging You podcast. I talked about this is really good for depuffing, and also in my last podcast where I talked about being sick, and I actually used this when I was pretty sick under my eyes, not applying it directly on my skin because I don't want to get that sickness on my stuff, but putting it on my fingers and then tapping it in. So I put it under my eyes and then I tap it in underneath, and it's got this cooling effect to it. You don't think it would be cool by looking at it and by feeling it, but it's pretty cool under the eyes. And also you could pop this in the fridge for a few minutes and it would just up that cooling factor. And honestly, I love this product. This product is the same size and looks almost identical, except the product that is blue inside instead of the pink for the watermelon. It is the exact same size, being 0.19 ounces and 5.4 grams. And the large size is the 1.2 ounces and the 34 grams. So the exact same as the watermelon brightening serum, but it's cheaper in general. So the mini size goes for $15 instead of the $18 that the watermelon does. And the large size goes for $26 instead of the $36 like the large one of the watermelon does. Now, I actually like this in the mini size a lot better because it's easier to get under your eyes, get right under there. Now, if you're using the larger size, you're going to get a lot all over, which is fine. It's still going to be good, but I like the mini size because I can really focus it right under my eyes. I love this product. I think it really hydrates my under eyes. It really depuffs. It feels great. And I am going to use this product again. I'm going to buy a separate one for my kit. This one is personal to me since I'm putting it directly on the skin. But I love this product. Unlike the watermelon serum where I wasn't 100% sure if it was doing anything, I really see a depuffing with this, and the cooling effect is great, and I love this. I love this cooling water, and I would definitely recommend you guys go try it out. This is something that I'm like, go try. This could be great for you. And they've got the mini size, and it's a lot cheaper than the mini size for the watermelon serum, which I'm still not 100% sure how I feel about. Now, like I said, they look almost identical, except for the mini cooling water is blue. It's blue in the clear twist up packaging in the stick form, and the brightening serum is pink. And I can't get enough of this. I love this. Even throughout the day where I was feeling super sick and I was noticing I was getting a little puffy, I would take it out and kind of put it under my eyes, and it would really kind of help to depuff even throughout the day instead of just in the morning when I was using it originally. I love this. I absolutely love this. This is going to continue to be in my everyday makeup as well as I'm putting one in my kit. Maybe I'll get a bigger one for my kit since I'm not going to directly put it under somebody's eyes. For sanitary reasons, I'm definitely going to use a brush or fingers or clean fingers. Let me reiterate, clean fingers or something like that. Love this product. Now, before I just keep going on about this cooling water, I'm going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about some more of the products in the MVP set.
Do you want to be healthier, yet you just don't know what to do? All these shows telling you this and that, but nothing seems to work. Well, listen close. Golden State Media Concepts has got something great for you. The Health and Wellness Podcast dedicated to workout trends, healthy eating habits, diet, and everything about healthy living. Join us in our banters as we help you not just live life to the fullest, but live it to the healthiest.
GSMC Beauty Tips podcast. Now, before the break, we were talking about sets that I have bought of mini and sample size products and what's in each one and if I recommend them, along with why I get many sizes and whatnot. Now, we talked about the deluxe intro set and we were moving on to the MVP set. I talked mainly the skincare items in the MVP set. Now I want to move on to the face items. I want to talk about the mini highlighter in Blitz. Now, this is something that caught my eye because while I was perusing the website, I realized you can't buy a large size of this color. You can only buy a large size of the highlighter in the color Lit, and you can also buy the mini size in that highlighter in the color Lit as well. Now, the other weird thing that I found about this product is that on the size that I got in the MVP set, it's not the same size as the mini highlighter that you can buy separately, even though it's not the same color. It's a whole thing. Let me explain. So the highlighter that I got is the a highlighter in the color Blitz, and it's the mini size. And it says on the packaging that I'm looking at right now that it's got 0.18 ounces or 5.1 grams of product in it. And like I said, it's in the color Blitzed. I could not find this highlighter at all on the website. I found the highlighter in the color Lit on the website, and their mini size for that is 0.21 ounces, so 0.21 ounces or 6 grams, which is actually bigger than this mini size that I have here. And that one goes for $15, whereas their large size, which is actually 1 ounce of product or 28 grams, comes at $28. Now, I don't know why you can't get this in anything else, but the set, I couldn't find anything that said it was set exclusive, but I thought I would just point that out since I am going to talk about it. Now, this color is actually a slight hint too dark for me specifically. I'm very pale skinned. It's a little too dark. It's a sort of rose goldy color, a little bronzy, and it's really pretty. Now, how I've been applying this is I've been taking my normal highlighter which is also a cream highlighter. These are mostly cream products because they are in stick form. Now, I take my highlighter, which is the MAC cream color base in the color Pearl, and I put that on to regular highlight, and then on the very, very high points, the very tips of like my cheekbones or the highest points that I want a little bit extra highlight on, I take this and I put it on top just there. If I put it on straight as a highlighter, it's just a tad too dark for me. I've also been using this on the eyes, and I like it a lot on the eyes. These are safe for your eyes as well. Now, it's, like I said, it's a little too dark for me, and it's a little sparkly. So if you're not into something that's super sparkly, I would kind of stray from it. It's not super sparkly, but it's a little on the, like, glitter side. But I really like it for the, just the little tips, high points of my cheeks. Now, when I roll this up, it does seem to have a little less product than the other sticks that I got. I don't know why the mini size that you can buy online is different than this, and maybe it's just they don't sell this color anymore. I'm not 100% sure, or if it's this set exclusive, which I couldn't find either. But I wanted to let you guys know about that since it was a little weird to me. Now, speaking of this being a little dark, I want to move on to the next product, and I'll explain to you why I'm a little confused why this is the color they added into this set. Now let's talk about the mini bronzer in the color Baked. Now, the more I looked into this, the more I got a little confused. So the mini bronzer in the color Baked comes on the website when you get the mini, comes for $15 at 0.19 ounces or 5.7 grams, whereas the one I got in the set actually comes as 0.224 ounces and 6.7 grams, which is bigger than the mini one you buy. I don't know if it's just a printing error or something along those lines because it looks identical. But that's, yeah, that. And it also only comes in the color Baked on the, in the mini, whereas if you get the large size, that's 1 ounce or 28 grams for $28, and it comes in the color Baked and in the color Blazed. Now, this confused me color-wise because I have a hard time finding bronzers because I am so pale, and this works really well for my skin tone. This is not going to work for dark skin tones at all, and the mini size only comes in this color. And also they include it in this, but then they include the bit darker highlighter, which was a little confusing to me. Whereas I know this highlighter can work on a lot of different skin tones, whereas this specific bronzer is not going to work for a lot of different skin tones. This is like definitely a light to maybe medium bronzer. I love this bronzer. I really do. I think it's beautiful. It blends out beautifully. It works on my skin tone, but I really, 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 really wish that they would come out with more than just 2 colors. And then on top of that, I wish that they would, expand the mini to at least to the other color, because it's kind of not fair. But just a fair warning for you guys who are medium and deeper skin tones that this bronzer in the color Baked is not going to work for you, and it doesn't come in the mini size. I do see though that if I got the bigger size, it could be a little more handy to apply the product. But I also like to go in what I've said a million times on this podcast, light, thin layers. And so I do like the mini size for being able to put down just a little bit in the places that I want, blend out, and add as needed. This blends beautifully. If you're scared of cream bronzers or cream products for contouring or bronzing or whatever, this is a good option for you. I just be wary with the colors. If you have a chance, I know that they sell these in Sephora. Go into a store and try it out before you actually test the color on you before you just go and purchase it online and then get it and you're not happy with the color. It might be too light, or maybe it's, the other one's too dark, and I just wish they came out with different colors, and I think it's a little weird that they paired these two colors, baked in the bronzer and blitzed in the, highlighter together. I don't know, I just think it's kind of a weird thing in this set, but, I do love this bronzer, and I really recommend you go to Sephora or somewhere that you know that sells Milk makeup and try it on the back of your hand, or even give it a little try on your face and see. Don't take a tester and put it directly on your face. Just saying. Put a little bit on the back of or on your finger and then do that way. But really kind of see what color is going to work for you, since they do only come in 2 colors, and there is a possibility that there's not a color for you. And also, unfortunately, the mini only comes in the light color. I know this is a cult classic favorite, like everybody loves this bronzer. I haven't had a chance to try it out. When I saw there was a mini, I was really excited, but once again, I am disappointed in the color range and that you can't get the bigger or the darker color in the mini size. Now, let's take a quick break, and when I come back, we'll talk about more of these products that's in this set.
Want to find out what movies to go see? Then check out the GSMC Movie Podcast. It's your ticket to the latest movies, whether it's a new blockbuster event, romantic, comedy, or action flick. This show has got it all covered. They talk some what to go see now. Don't bother. What's hot on Netflix and everything in between. That's GSMCpodcast.com/movie-podcast. When it's all about the movies, it has to be this new show. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit GSMCpodcast.com for more info.
Back to the GSMC Beauty Tips podcast. Now, before the break and this entire podcast, we've been talking about 2 sets that I have gotten from the brand Milk Makeup, and they are deluxe sample sizes and mini sizes. Now, we've been talking about the MVP set, and we are continuing on that set. If you're starting here, why have you not been watching or listening to this entire podcast and you've missed out on a lot of products? Go back, listen to the rest. But let's move on to the Glow Oil Lip and Cheek in the color Glimmer. Now, I thought this was a mini size, but when I did research, this is the full size. That does not come in a big stick. This comes in what looks like every other mini size product. This is different though, which I didn't explain what the bronzer and highlight looked like, but I explained that the watermelon serum and the cooling water come in a clear tube where you can see the product inside. And actually the highlighter and bronzer come in a white tube with a clear cap, whereas this one is a clear tube, but it's colored pink. It's interesting. Once again, I'll post pictures of all the products on the @GSMC_Beauty Tips Twitter and the GSMC Beauty Tips Facebook page as well. So this is the Glow Oil, and this is a full-size product, so it does not come in a big stick, like I said. And this comes with 0.18 ounces of products or 5.1 grams of product. Now this retails for $15. And this is the color Glimmer. Now this I've used specifically on my lips, and they say that it's a mauve, but I don't see it being a mauve. I see it's a little more pinky than a mauve. So just keep that in mind if you're going with the color Glimmer. Now, I did see a review on this product where somebody said that it gave them a reaction. Now, today's the first day I'm using it on my cheeks, and I will keep you guys updated on the GSMC _beauty tips and Twitter and the GSMC beauty tips Facebook page if it does give me a reaction on my face. And they said this color specifically. So these are all cruelty-free products, and they're vegan products, so they should be good for your skin, and pretty much every single product I've tried I have not had an issue, but I will keep you guys updated on this product specifically. But let's talk about the product itself. So there's a lot of product in here. It's about the same as our other products that we've gotten in these kits, these mini sizes, and I see why they make it in a smaller size. They don't make it in a big size. You can just throw it in your purse and you can put it on your lips on the go, or quick cheek touch up, which is kind of how I feel about all the mini products in general. They're kind of good to just throw in your bag and take with you. Now on the lips, I think this is cute, but I think it's supposed to be a little moisturizing, but I really think that you should put some sort of balm or something like Vaseline or something like that, since I have to use Vaseline because for some reason I'm allergic to every lip balm on the planet. Oh, I've talked about that before and I don't know why, but this did not give my lips a reaction at all. And it's cute on the lips. It's a light wash of color. It's not like the regular lip and cheek. Like we talked, we have the deluxe sample of the lip and cheek in the color Work. I like this color a little bit better, the color Work, than I like the color Glimmer, because it is more of a mauve tone and I really like those mauve tones. But if you layer the two, which I've done today on my cheeks, I think it looks very beautiful. This is a light wash of color and it's got shimmer in it. Just remember, this does have shimmer in it. It's not your matte cheek, whereas the regular lip and cheeks are a matte formula. Now, like I said, this doesn't come in a big size. This is the full size. The mini is all they have. And I like this product. I don't think it's a bad product. I love, like I've said a million times before, I love a good dewy look. I love dewy. I just want to look like I dunked my face in a bowl of water. And so I think this is really pretty, and I think you can get really editorial looking cheeks with this product. But once again, I want you to be very wary and cautious, since I have seen that people say that this color specifically does break them out. And I just be mindful of that. I like this. I'm not 100% sold. I want to use it on a client in something a little bit more editorial, or on myself in something a little bit more editorial, and see if it works more in that realm of things. Now let's move on to the two last products, which actually we got in the first set. Let's talk about these two, but these are bigger sizes than in the deluxe intro set. So this is the Hydro Grip primer in the mini size and the Kush mascara in the mini size. Now, I've bought both of these separately, and I already know I love both of these products, but I've bought both separately in the mini size. The mini size of the Hydro goes for $15 or $30 in the full, and the mini size in the mascara goes for $12 or $24 in the full. Now, I like getting the mini size in the mascara because I think it works, because you should be throwing out your mascaras every 6 months or so. Mascaras don't last. So if you're hearing things, I'm picking up and putting down the product. But so I think that buying the mini size of that is good. And actually, I've had the mini size in the Hydro Grip primer, and it has lasted me so long. And I really think that the mini size is a good way to go too. And it's a good bang for your buck. Both of them are a great bang for your buck. Like I said, I love both of these products, but in the mini size, you're getting 10 milliliters or 0.33 fluid ounces in the Hydro Grip primer, whereas the deluxe sample size, you're getting 4 milliliters or 0.13 fluid ounces in the Hydro Grip primer. Also, in the mascara, you are getting 4 milliliters or 0.13 fluid ounces in the mini size, or 3 milliliters, 0.10 ounces in the deluxe sample size. Now, there's a new development that has just come from this. I had kept my mini size from the MVP set closed in the packaging, unlike the deluxe sample, which didn't come in a packaging, and it's in the same packaging as the one I've bought before in the mini size, but it's actually the deluxe sample size. Oh, I am really confused. So, okay, I guess you're getting the deluxe sample size? Hold on. New developments. This is strange. It looks different too. We're gonna take a quick break while I figure out what's going on here, and when we come back, I'll try to explain that, and then talk about one more product that I got that's actually not from this brand.
The Golden State Media Concepts Travel Podcast, the show that gives you advice on everything travel. We explore places you've always wanted to go, as well as giving tips for traveling in those places. We'll give you advice on the best sites for travel tips, information, and discounts. Join us as we travel the world, explore cultures, and meet new people. The Golden State Media Concepts Travel Podcast has got you covered. Download the GSMC Travel Podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
GSMC Beauty Tips podcast. Now, before the break, this whole podcast, we've been talking about these two sets that I got from a brand called Milk Makeup, and they're all mini and deluxe sample sizes, and what I think of the products, and also why I buy sample sizes and stuff like that. Now, if you were listening, which I hope you were, right before the break, we've had a weird development here. So I have the mini size that I've bought separately, and the deluxe sample size that came in the deluxe intro set, and then what they call the mini size of the Kush mascara, which came in the MVP set, and they're different. So it came in a package, the same package that the mini size that I originally bought came in. So I thought it would be the same thing, but it's not. So the mini size that I've bought separately from all of this is 4 milliliters or 0.13 fluid ounces. Now, the deluxe sample size that came in the deluxe intro set is 3 milliliters or 0.10 fluid ounces, so 0.10 fluid ounces. And then when I opened up the package just to see, because I thought it was the exact same thing, it's not. It's the same thing that came in the deluxe intro set. It's 3 milliliters, 0.10 fluid ounces. How strange. Also, I guess that they just give you the deluxe sample size in the MVP set. Weird. I thought they were giving you the mini size like they gave me the mini size of the Hydro Grip, which is identical to the mini size that I've bought before. Now, that's a weird development that I didn't think. I was going to keep it in the package and just use it later since I already have one, but I guess not. And the weird thing too is the deluxe intro set, the color of the mascara just not the color of the product, but the color of the packaging is like gray with kind of sparkles, whereas the mini I've bought before is the metal packaging, that's silver, and then the one from the MVP set is plastic, but silver. I don't know. That's a weird development. I really thought that this was going to be the mini size since it came in the exact same size packaging as the mini one. A little confused there. You heard it here first. Like I said, I hadn't opened it because I was, just using the same ones because they're identical. Now, you only get a little bit less than you get in the mini size, but, okay. Weird. I thought I'd bring that up as it was unfolding in front of me because I was not expecting the deluxe size mascara versus the mini size. But let's talk about the mascara in general. I love this mascara. I think it's great. I recommend it to everybody. I've used it on myself. I've used it on clients. I really, really like this mascara. Just putting that out there. It's the first mascara that actually hasn't given me any sort of irritation on my lash line, because I have noticed that a lot of different mascaras that I've tried MAC mascaras, I've tried your normal drugstore mascaras, I've tried a lot of different mascaras, and this one seems to be the only one that really doesn't start to irritate my lash line throughout the day. So I recommend this to everybody, since I've got little sensitive baby skin and eyeballs, and I have used it not only on myself but on clients as well, and I think it's great. I also have the waterproof one in the mini size as well, which looks identical. It's that metal packaging, but it's blue. They say it's like Lamborghini metal or something weird like that, but I love this mascara. A little weird that you don't get the mini size in the MVP set, since you're getting mini sizes of everything else, but we can move on from that. Let's take a quick run through of all the products, and I'll tell you what I like and what I'm not feeling and all that kind of stuff, and then maybe we'll review one more product that I've gotten, but not from this brand. So we'll start off with the skincare. The watermelon serum, I'm still not sure about. I'll keep you guys updated on the at GSMC _beauty tips Twitter and the GSMC beauty tips Facebook page. The cooling water I am obsessed with. Love it. I'm still trying to figure out the moisturizer. I do like it. I think it's nice and moisturizing. I'm just not 100% sold on it as of just yet. I need to try it out a little bit more. The Hydro Grip Primer I love. It's a staple for me. I love it, love it, love it, and can't get enough of it. The mascara, I love, 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 can't get enough of. The lip and cheek, the regular lip and cheek, I like it. I haven't used it enough to really feel it out yet, but I do like it. The Glow Oil lip and cheek, I like, but need to use more of. And I'll keep you updated if it does irritate my skin. Like we talked about before, I did see saying that this specific color in Glimmer was irritating people's skin. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. I love the bronzer. I think it's great. It needs to come in more colors, but I do love this bronzer. And the highlighter is okay. I like it on the lids more than I like it on the face. Now, let's move on to one more product that's actually not from Milk Makeup. Now, I've been looking at this product for a very long time and wanting to try it out, and then Christmas and New Year's came around. I thought I'd buy myself a little gift, and so I did, and this is the Lime Crime plushie in the color Chocolate Milk. I love chocolate milk, but this color and everything just kept drawing me in, and I don't know why. And so finally I got up the courage. This is $20. It's a little up there in price. So I was like, I don't need it. I've got a million lip colors. You know, I don't need it for my kit. And then finally I was like, you know what? I'm buying it for myself. And I did. And I absolutely love it, just like I thought. The color is, it's like a chocolate brown with like a purpley tint to it. And what I like about these plushies, and I've talked about this before, just what I like to do on my lips in general, is to put lipstick on and then just blend it out so I've got a nice blended lip and not so much a really sculpted lip. And you can do both with this. I've done it both ways, and when I do it more of a sculpted style and don't blend it out, it's a lot more of a darker brown, where when I blend it out, it's almost like I get this nice little wash of color that really, really complements my lip color, and I am obsessed with this. I have not tried any Lime Crime lip products before, but I've heard nothing but good things about them, and now I see. This is amazing, and I love everything about it. It's got that normal lipsticky smell, but also, I'm smelling it now, also almost like a cherry scent to it as well. I love this. The packaging's super cute. I'll also include that on the Twitter and the Facebook. Clear bottle so you can see the color inside, and it's got almost this like rubbery feeling cap to it with a little bear and a bow tie on it, and it's super cute. The color, once again, is chocolate milk, and this is a full size, not a mini. They don't have minis on their website of the plushies, at least that I've seen, unless they come in special sets. But I love this. I love this so much, and I thought I'd include it to let you guys know that the plushie formula, at the very least, on Lime Crime is amazing, and I'm definitely going to be getting a lot more when I have the chance. Now, I want to thank you guys for listening to me ramble about all these products that I got, and I hope it was kind of helpful to you guys to figure out whether or not you want to buy some minis on this website, or even just minis in general to kind of, pick out, to decide whether or not you like the products. I'll keep you updated on some of the products I talked about on the @GSMC_beauty tips Twitter and the GSMC Beauty Tips Facebook page. I'm always on there, always available for questions or anything, so you guys can hit me up on both of those. Let me know what you think about this, and if you want me to review more products as I get more products in, or products that I've already have and used on myself and clients. This has been great. I like a lot of these products, and I really want to encourage you guys to really try more different makeup, and maybe show you that mini sizes might be the easier way to do it, and also it saves you some money along the way. Once again, I want to thank you guys so much for listening to the GSMC Beauty Tips podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Colleen, and I will talk to you in the next one.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Beauty Tips Podcast, part of the GSMC Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type in GSMC to find all of our shows from the GSMC Podcast Network, from health and wellness to entertainment and life and happiness to sex and relationships. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's episode of the Golden State Media Concepts Beauty Tips Podcast.